cloud. And I'm going to give, of course, a few more minutes to allow more people to call in. Then we get the ball rolling. But I'm excited about this opportunity to talk about go-getters. When we talk about go-getters, it's about creating a new vision. It's about 2021. A lot has happened already in 2020, but I'm sure, like most people, they can't wait for 2020 to be over so that we can start 2021 on a clean slate. So what do you want to see at the end of 2021? How do you want to write your story in 2021? What are your expectations in the new year 2021? Those are the things we are going to be talking about. Those are the things we'll be reviewing in this webinar. Because I know if you start strong, if you start with a vision, if you start with energy, with passion, there is a high chance that you will also end the year 2021 on a strong note. There is indeed a high probability that 2021 will go as you have planned. So putting all those plans together, putting everything on a paper, that's what we are going to be talking about now on this webinar. So we have one more minute to get this meeting started. I'm sharing my screen right now, and I know I'm broadcasting live on Facebook, and I'm recording. So I'm recording so that people that are not able to join from the beginning, I'm going to send the replay to them. So it's exactly 11 a.m. Central Time. Hey everyone, thank you very much for joining. Bola Alabi is my name. I'm a personal finance and career coach, and I am a motivational speaker. My goal is always to bring out the best in others. We are here today to create a new future, a future that we all desire. And as such, we are going to be talking about what we want personally. We are going to be setting ambitious and bold goals so that we can all live the life that we desire, so that you can live your best life. And that's why I put this training together. Go-getters, how to create, pursue, and fulfill your dreams. It is my hope today that I will be able to inspire you so that you can see the possibilities out there. We all be able to motivate you so that you'll be able to take actions, because it's not only about talking about what we want. We need to take actions. So I hope I'll be able to motivate you. And I hope I'll be able to empower you in terms of equipping you with what you need to make 2021 your best year ever. So a few housekeeping rules as more people are getting in. A few housekeeping rules. I'm going to be sending out a replay of this video so that if you miss the beginning, at least you'll know how we get it started. So I'm going to be sending the replay. As you are also calling in, I'll want you to mute your phone or your computer so that we minimize noise and distractions. And Again, to start, I want to appreciate you for taking out your time to join me today. So quickly, I'll run through the agenda. So what are we going to be talking today? Why are we here? Those we'll be talking about the agenda. I'm also admitting people in as more coming in. So why are we here? That's the whole agenda. We are going to be talking about the why. Why do we need to create goals? I'm going to be guiding you to find your mission. What are those things that you are passionate about? Those are your missions. We are also going to be talking about SMART goals. I'm sure many people already know about SMART goals, but we are going to look at it from also a different perspective. We will also talk about no audio. Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, please type yes in the chat uh, button. Please go to the chat button and type yes if you can hear me. Okay, awesome. Hey, thanks guys for joining. I'm excited about this. I was talking about and I see more people calling in, so I'm going to be admitting more people. So again, the agenda, we are going to be talking about the why. Why do we need to have goals? We'll talk about how to find mission. What are you passionate about? We'll talk about how to set SMART goals. We'll talk about the how. What do you need to know in order to create your goals? And I'm going to show you how to become a go-getter. A go-getter. Who are the go-getters? We are going to talk about that. And I'm going to motivate you to take actions. Because really, it's not all about just talking. I love acting, so we are going to be acting as well. When I think or talk about go-getters, the people that always come to my mind are the sport players. And because I love soccer, these two guys are maybe my favorite soccer players. One thing that is common to these two guys is that they are mission-oriented guys. They know their mission. They know their goal. Their goal is always to crush their opponents. So they know what they have to do in order to crush and win their opponents. So they are go-getters. To help you a little bit, I put a definition together. Who are the go-getters? In my opinion, go-getters are people that have achieved success in what they do, and they continue to make continuous progress, and they live the life that they desire. Again, go-getters are mission-oriented people. For example, if you take a look at Ronaldo, this guy, he does what he enjoys, and he's crushing it. He's making money doing it. How are these people different from you and I? That's a question we need to ask ourselves. Are we playing on our turf? Are we playing to our areas of strength? That's what we are going to be discovering as we move forward in this training. So the first step in becoming a go-getter is, of course, to know what you want. And knowing what you want is a foundation that will help you to build upon a successful life. Because really, if you don't know what you want, then it's extremely difficult to achieve anything. So we are going to be talking about how to become a go-getter. But before we go into that, I want you to know that you need to have a vision, and you must be a mission-oriented person. So this year, 2020, has been so unique in so many ways. I saw an article just this week from Time magazine. They said that 2020 is the worst year ever. I don't agree with them. 2020 has been a very, very challenging year for so many people. It's the year of the lockdown, where the entire world was on a lockdown. It's the year of the coronavirus, COVID-19. It's the year that has been characterized with several layoffs, especially if you are in the United States here. Many people lost their jobs during this year. It's the year that is filled with pain, sorrow. Many people were in isolation. Many were in the hospital. Some are still in the hospital. And this year, many people died as a result of this coronavirus. So I agree, it's been a very, very difficult year. It's so difficult that the year also has its own emoji. You can see 2020 emoji. But if you look at it, while some people are complaining about this year, some other people, if you ask them, they are going to tell you that it's the best year ever for them. Why is this so? How is this so? We are going to look at what makes the difference, okay, as we continue to move forward. But one thing that I want us to have at the back of our mind is, how do we want to end 2021? Wherever you are right now, if you think about it, at the end of 2021, December 31st, 2021, what do you want that year to look like? We cannot afford to just live our life without planning, without thinking about what we want. And that's why this seminar has been put together. If you look at 2020 again, some will say it's a sad year. Some will tell you that they are exhausted. They can't wait for the year to be over. I know my wife has been telling me, hey, you need to date me. We need to go out to take ourselves out. We are all exhausted of staying back at home, just not having much to do. We miss all our friends, our families. We can't go and meet them. That has been very, very challenging in this year 2020. But like I said, it's not all dark and gloom, because some people are happy. Someone told me a story about one lawyer that said 2020 was the best, or is the best year for him, because we are still in 2020. He said 2020 is the best year for him because maybe many people, many couples, families, they went through divorce and they employ his service, and it's making a lot of money. And this is because of COVID. So if you look at companies, Walmart, Amazon, these companies are making record profit. They won't complain about this year. I can assure you that. For me, when I look at 2020, what I want to do is just to express gratitude. Gratitude to God for keeping me alive. And that's why, for me, I'm thankful. Everything might not have gone exactly the way we planned from the beginning of the year. But to me, the fact that we are still all alive, hale and healthy, that's something we should be thankful for. So as we move forward, I want you to think about 2021. What do you want to see at the end of 2021? When I talk about goal setting, I'm not talking about New Year resolutions. Because New Year resolution, in my opinion, it's not, most people don't follow through with their New Year resolution. I'm sure you are aware of this. Many people will say, oh, I'm going to get fit this year. As I saw their plan, hey, I'm going to start going to the gym. Some people will say, I'm going to spend more time with my family. So people have all this resolution, but they don't follow through. And that's different from what I'm telling you today. A study of over 800 million activities was conducted. And they found out that by January 19, many people abandoned their New Year resolution. That's not what we want. I want people to follow through with whatever they are planning this year. And that's why to be a go-getter, it's not only about making New Year resolutions. It's about what you need to do to follow through so that you can uh, you can win, so that you can meet your goals. A Harvard business study reveals something amazing that I quickly want to share. They found out that 83% of the population does not have goals, and that's in America here. They also found out that 14% of people, they have plan in their mind, but they are not written goals. They found out that only 3% of people have written down goals. And the study went on to find, maybe after some years, they found out that 14% of those who have goals are 10 times more successful than those without goals. And guess this again, they also found out that 30% with written goals are 3 times more successful than the 14% with unwritten goals. What this shows us is that it's very, very important to write down our goals. Because if you don't write down your goals, it becomes difficult to execute. Quickly, when we talk about goals, and going back to the Harvard business study, I also found out that there are 3 broad categories of people. To me, the first category, I call them the clueless. In my opinion, these people, they exist, but they have no plans. And I'll give you an analogy to help you visualize this. Imagine someone, he just got up from his house. He said, I'm traveling. And he went to the airport. He did not book his destination. He just drove to the airport. He said, I'm traveling. And on getting to the airport, maybe he found out that people are going to Paris. And he said, hey, I'm just going to go to Paris as well. That's someone living with no plans. Those are the clueless people. And that's a very, very dangerous category to be. So that's not us. Then there are other group of people, I call them the strivers. This group of people, they want something, or they are not sure of exactly what they want. Again, part of my goal in this training is to show you how to establish what you want. Because really, until we know what we want, it becomes difficult to get results. Then the third group, I call them the go-getters. These go-getters are the people that know what they want and they know how to get it. The fact that you are listening to me today, the fact that you are online, I know already that you are a go-getter. See, the world is full of opportunities. Every day, there is something new you can do. That's a quote from Ursula Bonds. As we begin to look into the how and why we need to have a vision, I want you to take a step back and think about this. To have a vision, to create a vision, to create the future that you want, you need 3 things. The first thing is you need to challenge yourself. If you are tired of the status quo, if you are tired of your situation today, then you need to challenge yourself. The second thing is you need to engage yourself. How do you engage yourself? What do you need to do? You need to have that conversation with yourself. You need to put some plans together. And the final one is you need to expect more from yourself. This quote says that the world is full of opportunities. But I tell you, there are people, there are places around the world where people will say there are no opportunities here. But they are telling us that the world is full of opportunities. The deal is that each person, it is the responsibility of each person to create an opportunity for him or herself. So we need to create opportunities for ourselves. And I want to ask you, take a minute. How do you see yourself at the end of 2021? And that's about creating opportunities for yourself. Do you want to look back to this day and say, oh, I've made some progress, or oh, I have some regrets? It depends on how you put plans together for the new year, for the upcoming year. So we need to put plans together, and we need to know that there are opportunities all around us. Why do we need to have goals? I'm going to tell you this, that having goals, having vision is about what is, that's what is your situation now versus what could be. What is versus what could be. 5 reasons why we need to have goals, or is one, it lets you be in control of your life, because your goal is about what you want. Your goal is about you. It's not about me. It's not about your next door neighbor. It's not about someone else, but about you. So your goal is about you. It puts you in control. Your goal gives you focus. I remember some times ago, people would call me, hey, Bola, let's invest in this. Hey, Bola, let's do this together. Hey, Bola, let's go into real estate. Hey, Bola, let's go into farming. And it's all well and good when people call you for opportunity. But if you have goals, if you know what you want, it helps you to focus, because you can quickly eliminate those things that you don't want. Lack of focus make us get tired. Lack of focus distract us from those things that are important in our lives. Number 3, it enhances growth. When I think about growth, the companies, they easily come to my mind. And I want you guys to think about maybe Amazon or Microsoft. Microsoft has been in business for, I think, over 30 years or so. But if you take a step back and look at their revenue or their profit 10 years ago, maybe they made $20 billion. Microsoft is not going to say, oh, $20 billion is a lot of money. We are okay with that. They want to keep making more money. And that's why people like Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world, worth over $150 billion, will not just stop and say, oh, I've had enough. He still has his goals. He's still building his business. He's still going into other businesses. The same thing should be applicable to us. No matter where you are, no matter your situation today, if you have goals, the goals will enhance your growth. Let's say you are in a career. Let's say you just got a new job. You are an entry-level engineer. 2 years, 3 years down the line, you should have a goal to at least grow in your career. And that's why focus is important. If you look at the GDP of the United States, for example, what it is today, maybe 20 or $21 trillion. It's not what it was like 10 years back. That's growth. And the fourth one is that if you have goals, you'll be able to achieve maximum results. When you are not into too many things, you keep your focus on those things that are important to you, those things that align with your life purpose, then you will see that you'll be able to achieve maximum results in whatever you do. And guess what? The final outcome is that you'll be able to live your best life. Before we move on, I'm not saying that we should completely isolate ourselves from the rest of the world. It's okay to be motivated by others. But what I'm saying is that it is not okay to become frustrated by the achievement or accomplishment of others. For example, let's say I have a friend that goes to the gym to train to keep in shape. I can become motivated by him and start going to the gym. That's okay. But it's not okay. Let's say a friend of mine just got a new car or bought a new house, and I become frustrated that, hey, this friend, we started together, he's earning more money than myself, and I become frustrated because of the accomplishment of my friend. That's not okay, and that's not what we want. So your goal, again, should be personal. Your goal is about you. It's about what you want. I like this quote from by Tony Robbins. He said, setting goals is the first step in turning the invisible into the visible. So let's talk about invisible. A story was once told about this realtor, this lady realtor. This is a farmhouse out of nowhere. It's completely run down. It's a dilapidated farmhouse. So the owner has been looking to sell it, and he called on several realtors that, hey, can you guys sell this property for me? Everyone, they will show up, they say, oh no, we can't sell it. But this lady, she went in there. She looked around. She took about 2 days and she came back. She said, yes, I can sell it. What she did was she saw the invisible. She said, hey, very close to this farmhouse, there's a national park. There are different kind of amusement park. What if we convert this farmhouse and use it to build a business center, or maybe build a convenience store? And also, let's have a plan to build a parking spot for tourists. Because she was able to see the invisible, she was able to sell this property. What I'm saying is that vision is about where you want to be. It's not clear today, it's not visible to you today, but that should not stop you from even thinking about what you want to be. So what is your situation today? Maybe you are broke, maybe you are living on a minimum wage. That is what is. What you should always be thinking of is what could be. Don't let what is, that's your current situation, stop you from progressing. Don't let it stop you from moving forward. Tesla vision statement is powerful. Tesla is like a 19-year-old company now. Look at their vision statement. They said to create the most compelling electric car company of the 21st century. Guys, did they achieve that? The answer is a resounding yes. Today, Tesla is worth more than Toyota. Toyota that has been, Tesla is, like I said, it's less than 20 years. Toyota has been in existence for 80 years. Toyota is #2 car company in the world. Look at General Motors. General Motors, GM, is #6. They are worth only about $60 billion. Meanwhile, Tesla is close to $600 billion. That is the power of a vision statement. If companies can create a vision statement, you as an individual should also create your vision statement. What do you want to be? Where do you want to be? You should start asking yourself that question. The United States, by all means, they have their challenges. Maybe I should say we have our challenges. But the founding fathers of this country, they are wise people. What they said, the ideals of America is that they want to pass down a better country to the future generation. And that's why during every election, the slogan from each presidential candidate is, are you better off now than you were 4 years ago? If more people say yes to that question, the incumbent party wins. If more people say no to that question, the opposition always wins. The country, they think about the future generation. There are some countries in the world where the current leaders, they just loot all the money. They don't think about the future. And you can see how those countries, how they rank in the Committee of Nations. So if countries can have vision statements, if companies can have vision statements, you as an individual should have a vision statement. Here's another quote by Jonathan Swift. It says, vision is the art of seeing what is invisible to others. One thing that I want us to do as we set out and plan for 2021 is to start seeing what others are not seeing. Start thinking about opportunities around you. Look at that realtor story that I shared initially. Think about Tesla. When Tesla made their vision statement that they want to be the number one car company in the world. They weren't, but they saw what is invisible to many other people. Today, more and more people are buying electric vehicles. So, what are you seeing about your future? That's the take here. Now, whenever we set out to do anything big, anything spectacular, there are always two things that are two compelling, two competing things that will go on in our mind. The first one is that I call Mr. Triumph. It will tell you that you can do it. But there's also another one, Mr. Defeat. It will tell you you can't do it. Mr. Triumph will tell you you will. Defeat will tell you you won't. Triumph will tell you that you are capable, that you will succeed. This other one voice is telling you that you can't succeed, that you are incapable. I like Triumph. It tells you that I'm possible. Defeat is telling you that everything is impossible. Think about what you want. Maybe a promotion on your job. Maybe you want to start your home business. If you start talking to people, these two opposing views represent people around you. Some people will tell you can't do it. Please run away from those people. You should work closely and talk more with those people that will bring out the best in you. Those people that will tell you that you are capable. Those people that will tell you that you can succeed. One thing for sure is that a positive mind finds opportunity in everything. I quickly want to share this because I think we need to have positive mind. Because we start thinking about why things will not work, then the result that we will get is that we will not be able to achieve anything. So again, as we are going to 2021, make sure that you are thinking positive. I like this one. You cannot live a positive life with a negative mind. So please think positive all the time. Here are some areas where we need to set goals depending on your situation in life. So we are gradually getting into setting goals and think about all these areas. The first one is the physical. See, if you are not satisfied with any area right now, then you need to make a change. Then you need to do something. It is not okay to not be satisfied with something and just complain about it without attempting to do something about it. So let's talk about physical. Maybe in your health, maybe you are overweight, maybe you are struggling with weight or struggling with high blood pressure. Those are physical. What do you need to do? Do you need to exercise more often? I remember when I was in maybe high school, I was thin and tall. Then I wanted to gain some more, I wanted to gain weight. I know these days when we talk about weight, everybody, we want to lose weight. But if your goal is about gaining weight, yes, let it be so. Gain weight. Maybe in terms of spiritual, how do you want to spend more time with God? How do you want your relationship with God to look like in 2021? You need to set your goal. In terms of financial, which I like this a lot, what kind of money do you want to make in 2021? Each year, personally, I set goals about about what I want to earn in terms of income. What do you want to make next year? And guys, when I talk about your financial goal, I don't want you to look at it from, hey, what can I get from my employer? I want you to think about what can you create yourself. Last month, I did a webinar about how to create your second income stream. We all need to find ways to make extra income. We need to find ways to make side income through side hustle. You can no longer rely on just one source of income. So think about it. What goal do you have in terms of your finances? The best way, the sweetest one that I've been doing, going on 2 years now, is making my money work for me. So you need to think about that. Where can you invest your money so that your money will generate more money for you? Number 4, professional. When I talk about professional, I'm talking about whether you own a business or you are an employee like myself. Each year, you should set goals. Are you satisfied with your job level, with your maybe your career band? Do you expect to get any promotion? You should think and talk about this, and you should set your goals accordingly. Relational. What kind of relationship do you want with your loved ones? Your husband, wife? How do you want to move forward with your relationship? So you need to talk and set goals around relationship as well. Here are some fantasies that I want you to be careful of. Some people will say, I want to lose weight. That's a fantasy. Or I want to make 1 million. That's a fantasy. I'm going to show you how to set goals as we move forward. But one thing that I want you to do is you need to create a vision that makes you want to jump out of bed in the morning. That means you should create a vision that you are excited about, that you are motivated about, that you are passionate about, that you are energized about, something that excites you, something that makes you want to get out of bed to go out there and convert your dreams into results. Now, let's set goals, guys. Your goal provides motivation to work. And how do you set your goal? There are 3 main questions. Again, this is about you. It's about what you want. The first question you need to ask yourself is, where am I? Maybe in terms of your career, where am I? Are you satisfied with your career? Maybe in terms of your business, where am I? Are you making good progress with your business? You need to ask yourself. The next one is, what do I want to do? What do I want? You need to ask yourself that question. If you don't ask yourself what you want in life, then you'll not be able to find any solution to your situation. And finally, you need to ask, what do I need to do in order to get to where I want to be? These are crucial questions that you must ask as we begin to put these are the questions you need to ask as we move forward and you begin to put your plans together. Because, guys, like I said, we are going to write down our goals today. We need to put thought into what we want, especially concerning 2021. What do you want? And to do that, you need to first assess your situation to make sure that if you are not completely satisfied with where you are, then, guys, you've got to do something about it. Here is something that I want to quickly share. When the vision is clear, strategy becomes easy. And I'm reminded about maybe some years back, around 2011, my wife and I, we just had our second baby. Was a toddler then. Child care around here is expensive, and we did not have anyone to help us with taking care of the kids. So my wife had to stay back at home to take care of the kids then. But she was not the type that would just sit back and without doing anything. So we began to ask ourselves, how can we make more money? You know, we wanted, she has a graduate degree. We said we need to make more money. So we began to think about it. And you know what? After about a few weeks, we said, okay, let's start. We came up with 3 different types of business. Our goal then was, let's find something that will maybe generate $100 to $200 for us every month, okay? And we began to put plans together. But guys, we started a company and we started doing business with some other companies. At the end of the year 2011, we did not make $200 per month. We made $25,000 per annum. per year, I think, in that 2011. That means we exceeded our goals. What happened here was that we had a vision, we know what we wanted, and we were able to come up with strategy that helped us. So, what is your situation today? You need to be clear about what you want. Then, like I said, we were clear about what we wanted. And because we put plans together, we worked together, we were able to accomplish our goals. Real quick, SMART goals. Again, I'm sure you all know this, but I'm going to quickly run through it. What do we mean by SMART goal? SMART goals means S is for specific. You have to define what you want. What exactly do you want? I want to maybe earn $100,000 in 2021. That's specific. Measurable. How can you measure progress? Like I said in my own example, let's say I set a goal that let's make $200 per month. If we ended up making $100 per month, that's a progress, and I will be proud of it as well. Is it achievable? You need to ask yourself, the goal that you are setting, is it achievable? Let's say myself at my age, if I decided to become like Ronaldo or Lionel Messi, it's not more achievable for me. I don't have that skills or talent to be a soccer player. So you need to be sure that whatever goal you are setting, you can achieve it. The fourth one is R. Is it relevant? Is this goal relevant to your life? Again, going by example of Messi or Ronaldo, it's not relevant to me to become a soccer player. No, that will not align with my life purpose. So your goal should be relevant. It should align with your life purpose. And the fifth one, T, is time-based. You need to put a time together. Now, I want you guys to think about 2021. Maybe in terms of your finances, what goal do you want to set? How much do you want to make in 2021? And by what time? Maybe you can say in the first 6 months of 2021, I want to make extra $20,000. And that's the kind of goal that we want to think about. Les Brown says, if you set goals and go after them with all the determination you can muster, your gift will take you places that will amaze you. So the first step always is to set your goal. Here are some SMART goals for you to consider. Look at the first one. I want to lose 10 pounds weight in the next 3 months. That's specific because it says 10 pounds and it's clear, time-based, it's measurable. You know the time within the next 3 months. If you have been trying to change your job, look at number 2. I will apply to 10 open positions at the city council for the next 6 months. That's specific, that's measurable, that's time-based. That's the kind of goals that we need to set. So the third one, I will make 50 sales calls. This guy want to be the top sales expert in his company. And to do that, he realized that he needed to make phone calls. So what do you need to do in order to achieve your goals? So these are SMART goals. They are smart, they are measurable, they are specific, they are measurable, they are attainable, they are relevant, and they are time-based. Remember that when you put your goals together. Your goals shouldn't be a kind of wish list or like, hey, I wish to make $1 million. Hey, I wish to have a better relationship with my spouse. It should be action-driven because vision without action is merely a dream. And action without vision just passes the time. Vision with action can change the world. So the first step is come up with what you want. The universe has opportunity for all of us, but we must ask what we want from the universe. This is a powerful slide that I don't want you guys to forget. How? Many of us, we don't ask the question, how? Rather, we ask, can I get that promotion? Can I start a business? Can I make $1 million? If you begin to And if you begin to flip the question and ask how can I make $1 million? How can I get my next promotion? How can I start my business? You begin to, this will open your creativity. This will expose you. This will unleash your capability, and you begin to see how. So you need to flip the way you ask yourself what you want to achieve. I'm impressed by this lady, Ursula Bonds. She was the former CEO of Xerox company. One thing that I want to take from here is the belief. Because when we talk about goals, when we talk about what we want to achieve, again, those two tiny guys within us, one is telling us that you can do it, another one is telling you that you cannot do it. Look at Ursula Bonds. Her parents were immigrants. She was raised by a single mother because her dad left them at some point. Many people told her that she had three things against her. They said she was poor, they said she was a woman, and they told her she was black. But guess what, guys? She had a college education. She has a strong work ethic. She started with Xerox as an intern, and she rose to be, and she became the CEO of Xerox. She was the CEO for close to 10 years. Later, she worked as a vice chair of President's Export Council under the Obama administration. Is someone that was born poor. Apparently, live in the public housing project. That's a subsidized housing by the government. One thing she said that I want us to take away here is that believe that there are no limitations, no barriers to your success. You will be empowered and you will achieve. So what are you believing? What are you seeing in 2021? Are you seeing yourself as achieving your goals, or are you holding back that you can't do it? Hey guys, the first thing is you need to believe. You need to believe that you can accomplish your goal. So this is very important. I put it this way. When you think about your life and you ask yourself, what should I do with my life? To me, until you know the words, you cannot find the how. I hope as I've been talking, you've been figuring out what exactly you want. And you are thinking about those 5 areas: physical, financial, professional. What do you want in those areas? Spiritual. You need to ascertain, you need to be sure of what you want. So think about it as we move forward. Again, Ursula Brown said, when she got into Xerox, when I walked into the company, I didn't think that I would be the CEO, but my ambitions were high. That means we should have ambition. You cannot be, maybe you're on a minimum wage, year 1, year 2, year 3. You cannot do so for so long. You should have some ambition to grow in your career, or maybe your business. You cannot be a $50,000 company and want to stay as a $50,000 company for 10 years. You should expect to grow. She said, my mother raised us to think that if we worked hard and if we put our end of the bargain in, it will work out okay for us. I believe the same. God is asking us to do something. You need to just put in your own best. You need to do something, because without doing anything, then you cannot achieve anything. Now, let's go into how to figure out what we want. I'm going to take a glass of water. So to figure out what we want, I'm reminded about a story a wise man once told me. She took a girl, maybe during her birthday, he took her to Walmart. Maybe you can, if you are in the UK, you can think about Asda or Tesco. Or if you're in Nigeria, you can think about ShopRite. On getting to Walmart, this man asks the girl, pick anything that you want in this store for your birthday, and I'm going to pay for it. Oh, the girl was excited. Hey, yeah, I'm getting whatever I want. So the girl began to walk through the aisle, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. She couldn't make up her mind about what she wanted. After about 30 minutes, this man had to call the girl's parent. Hey, what does your daughter actually want? Most of us can be like this little girl sometimes. We don't exactly know what we want in life. Again, until you know the what, you cannot figure out the how. So the first step, I have come up with these 4 P's of figuring out what you want. And the first one that you need to do is push back. What do I mean by this? You need to eliminate what you don't want. I remember when I came to the US, that was 2008. I worked in Nigeria as a field engineer, right? But on getting to the US, I said, I don't want to be a field guy anymore. Immediately, I eliminated what I did not want. As such, yes, there were jobs that came to me to go and work as a field engineer. But because I've already said I'm not going to do it, that helped me to quickly push back on what I don't want. If you tell me today that, hey, Bola, let's go and start maybe an African restaurant together, I know I don't want that kind of business, so I'm not going to go into it. So what I'm saying here is that every one of us, we need to know what we don't want. So eliminate those things that you don't want. So that will reduce the pressure or the distractions that comes to you. Before now, I used to invest in Nigeria. Gradually, I'm beginning to tell myself that I don't want to invest again in Nigeria. That's part of what I don't want. So when anyone comes to me now that, hey, Bola, let's go and invest in Nigeria, I already know what I don't want. So it makes it kind of easy. Number 2, P, possibilities. Now you need to now think about what are the possibilities for those little things that you want. For example, for me, I know what I wanted. Yes, I continue to work as an engineer, but also I'm an author. What are the possibilities of that profession, being an author? What are the possibilities? What are the opportunities in there? I have to explore those opportunities. I also speak and I create digital courses. So those are the possibilities that I have as a person. Number 3, what's my preference? What do I exactly want to focus on? What do I like? That's my preference. I like writing. I like speaking. And that's why I'm putting all this webinar together, because I enjoy it. So that's my preference. I enjoy it. So you need to figure out what excites you, what you actually prefer. Then pinpoint. When you are now sure of what you want, then go for it. That's clarity. You are sure of what you want. Go for it. So who are the go-getters? Or how can I be a go-getter? Quickly, go-getters, they are a mission-oriented people. What's your mission? What exactly do you want to accomplish? Number 2, they have skills and talents. Like I said the other time, if you don't have skills for something, you can either learn or you quickly know that that's not for you. For example, I cannot be like LeBron James. I'm not going to be as good as him. Yes, I'm tall, but I don't have his skills. Likewise, he cannot do my job. He cannot be an engineer like myself. So what skills do you have? Number 3, they know how to execute. Now, having all those skills, having talent is on one side. How do you execute? You must know how to execute. Number 4, they are learners. Learners are people that keep improving, that keep getting better. What are you doing today? How are you improving yourself? How are you getting better? You must be a learner to be a go-getter. And finally, They have coaches and mentors. So who in your corner is helping you? Who is coaching you? I remember when we were in college, we used to come together as students and we share experience, maybe in calculus, circuit theory, thermodynamics. We organize tutorials just to help ourselves. When we became adults, I found out that most people don't come together to help and learn anymore. We just figure out that, hey, now you know it. You are now left on your own to figure out everything. But life shouldn't be like that. We can still rely on people to help us to figure out what we don't know. So you should have mentors. You should have people that will guide you to get to where you want to get to. Now, how can we make 2021 our best year? Our best year ever? The first thing is you got to believe. Whatever goals you are setting, whatever you've come up with, you must believe that it is possible. Whether it's in your finances or in your career or in your health, you have to believe that it is possible. So that's the first. The second one is envision the outcome. When you begin to envision the outcome, when you begin to think about what you are going to get after working on your goals, that will embolden you, that will encourage you to keep moving forward. Number 3, S, start taking action. It's not all about talking. You must do something. Don't expect things to just change. Imagine someone earning a minimum wage and you are not, maybe whether you need to go back to school, get certain degrees, you are not doing that. You are not applying to other jobs. That person is going to stay very long in the same position. And that's why we must take action. Number 4, T, we must think creatively. Thinking creatively is about asking ourselves, how can we be better? What do we need to do in order to move forward? So we must keep thinking creatively. So to recap, I'm coming to the end of this presentation. To recap, how can we be a go-getter? The first one is you must set clear goals. Number 2, you must write it down. We show that people that write down their goals, they have a high chance of achieving those goals than those that don't write down their goals. Number 3, establish your why. Why do you want that goal? Why is it important? It is the why that will drive you to continue to work so that you can see results. Number 4, make it happen. Just do it. Don't wait for anyone. This is your life. Make it happen. Do something about it. Take one small step every day. I remember when I wrote my first book. That was exactly what I did. I started writing every Saturday. I'll set a goal of writing maybe 1,000 words. And that's me making it happen. So make it happen. And always, 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 guys, you need to celebrate your small progress. Each year now, I've been setting goals about how much I want to make in passive income. That's maybe my investment generating money for me, whether it's real estate or my stock investments. So sometimes I don't meet all my goals, but there are other times that I exceed my expectation. So think about it. Think about these steps. So here's what we need to do now. I like leaving people with actions because at the end of the day, I remember when we were in school, when you go through a class, you get assignment or homework. So this is your homework. You can take a screenshot if you want, or like I said, I'll send out the video later. In the next 2 weeks, each of us should determine what we want. Again, in those 5 areas: your physical, finances, your your spiritual life, um, your in those 5 areas: physical, finances, spiritual life, and let me check.
Professional, spiritual,
Okay,
physical.
thank you, Ma. Thank you. You are a great student. So your spiritual and your professional. So determine what you want and write it down in the next 2 weeks. The next one is, you now need to ask yourself, what do you need to do in order to get what you want? It's not only about writing it down. It's not, I don't want it to be something we just write and we leave it somewhere. We must do something, because it is only by doing something that we'll be able to get results. So in the next 2 weeks, what do I need to do in order to get what I want? I'll give you an example. Maybe at work, you are planning to get your next promotion. Maybe that's one of your goals for next year. You've written it down. The next step, what do you need to do in order to get that promotion? When I started my career, I was kind of naive. All I did then was do the bare minimum, what they required of me. But as I began to grow in my career, I realized that you need to do much more than just doing the bare minimum. How can you exceed expectation? How can you add more value to your employer? Think about those things and put them down. Maybe you need, what can you do to save cost for your company? What can you do to make more money for your company? Those are the ways that you can make yourself more valuable to your company and help yourself to grow. Number 3, you need to commit to act. For me personally, in my career, every week I block out like 30 minutes. I call it my strategy section. And what I do then is, hey, I'm looking at my career. What am I doing? Am I making impact in this company? What do I need to do this week that will make my job easier, that will help my employer? So commit to heart. If it's about making money, commit to heart. Do you need to set up a website? Do you need to create a product? You need to act. So in the next, after you've written down what you need to do, then in the another 1 week, commit to heart. Maybe you set a goal. In the next 2 months, I'm going to build a website. So that's how to commit to heart. The 4th one, you need to hold yourself accountable. We all need accountability partner. For me, my wife is the closest to me. Once I commit to doing anything, I'll just tell her, hey, babe, I'm going to be doing this. Like all this webinar that I'm running, I told her I'll be running a monthly webinar. So that means I'm committed to it, because if I don't do it, she will tell me, hey, you said you were going to do this. So find an accountability partner that will check you, that will help you, that will encourage you, that will motivate you so that you continue to act. Number 5, just do it. I don't want analysis paralysis. I don't want you to keep overthinking about your decision. The next step is just do it. So that's the 5 steps that we need to take. And I'm expecting people to do this before the end of the year, so that come January 1st, 2021, you are ready to go, because already you know what you want. You know what you need to do to get what you want. You are committed to act every week or every day, and you have an accountability partner. The accountability partner will check with you, maybe after every 2 weeks or every month. Hey, what are you doing about your goal? And again, just do it. Finally, don't wait for the right opportunity. You got to create it. That's the final quote that I'm going to leave you with. And this is from George Bernard Shaw. Now, you are a go-getter. I believe in you guys. You have no limitations except what's on your mind. You need to make sure that your mind aligns with your purpose, with your goals. It's time to make your mind work for you so that you can make 2021 your best year ever. And that's where I'm going to end. And now we'll open up for questions. If you have any question, I'll be right here to answer. So please unmute yourself. And if you have question, let me hear it. Hello? Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, okay, good afternoon. Thank you for the session, very enriching. Very enriching. I learned a lot. I have like two questions. They are kind of personal. I don't know whether you'll be able to answer specifically or not. And one of the things I heard you say was in 2011, yourself and your wife decided that she stays home to take care of the children, and then you started a business, and you set a goal how much to make. You told us how much you made at the end of the year. So are you able to share with us what kind of business that is? I don't know if you can share that. That's
Sure.
the first question. The second question is almost like it. So maybe you just take the two together. You also mentioned that at least for the past 2 years, one thing that really worked for you is your money working for you. And you have some investment that you make. Are you able to share that also with us? I think those are the two questions I have. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So the first one, yes, 2011. I came from Nigeria, right? And I was in the oil industry in Nigeria. That means I had different contacts in Nigeria. So what we did simply was we did procurement. We realized that many of our friends, our contact back in Nigeria, there are times they may want to buy items in the US, and maybe some of them don't have any contact. So what we did, my wife and myself, was I reached out to all my friends in the oil companies, and I told them, some of them, they had their own business. I told them that if you need to buy any oil equipment in America, consider us as as the company to go to. We created a LLC, we registered our business, we created a website, I sent out my contact to them. And gradually they started trusting us because we did not even put any of our money down. They would send the money to us. And let's say we bought an item for $20,000. We did a 10% markup. We automatically, $20,000, we produced $2,000 profit for me and my wife. And all we had to do was contact the company that is selling here in America, pay them from our accounts, and then we did the logistic. We shipped the items back to Nigeria. So yeah, we did that for 2 or 3 years. Then oil company or oil industry collapsed. Then we ended the business. So that was that one. The other one that the other question is about investment. And this, I've been teaching about passive income for some time now. I started like 2 or 3 years ago. I started with a real estate apartment. My wife and I, we bought a piece of property and we started making money on it, which was good, but managing tenant can be challenging sometimes. So I shifted that, okay, what else can we do? So I started buying stocks in different companies, and it takes some skills to identify what are those companies that will pay you dividend maybe quarterly, And again, I always tell people, especially if you are here in America, the market is robust, the market is advanced, you can make good money. So each year I'll say, okay, I'm going to just be buying. Let's take Walmart, for example. Walmart has been doing phenomenally well for some time now. If you go to Walmart, there is no time that you go to Walmart that you will not see people in Walmart, right? Take a look at Amazon as well. People are buying. Amazon has a platform that's, I think, over 1 billion people go on Amazon every month. I want to be a part owner of those companies. If the companies are doing well, definitely I'm going to make money. Some companies will declare dividends. Some companies, it's capital appreciation. Like I know Amazon, they don't pay dividend, but if you had put $1,000 in Amazon, maybe 2 years ago, by now you have $30,000. So these are the things that I also do to generate passive income. Passive income in terms of I'm not doing anything. It's just my money working for me. And that's the excellent way that I want to keep doing by God's grace. Come this year, or come 2021, I know what I'm going to put again. I know the companies that I want to buy again. And many companies in America are doing well. There is good accountability. You don't have CEOs just taking all the money. You get some money back as a shareholders. So those are I hope I was able to answer your question, but that's...
You did very well. You really answered the question. Thanks so much. Thank you so very much. Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
The procurement is something that I do, but like I do it pro bono. So that's an eye opener for me. No, but it's not like big companies, maybe like personal needs and all of that.
Oh,
but that yeah, I do it like pro bono, and I do it for a lot of people. So that's interesting. Thank you so much about sharing with the stocks too. Thank you.
you're welcome. All right. Any other question, comment, contributions before we end it for today? Okay, thank you guys for participating. I wish you the best. I pray that 2021 will be your best year ever. But please don't forget, you need to act. First, you need to set goals. You need to believe you can achieve your goals, and you need to act on your goals so that you can see results. Till next month again, Merry Christmas. I wish you the best. Thanks again for joining. Bye.